Well, hello there. This is Mark Ittleman, speech-language pathologist, and welcome to the teaching of talking. In this particular video, we're going to be talking about a very important concept that I think is misunderstood, and I also think is maybe it's not used as often as it should be, but it makes perfect common sense. Okay, so let's talk about both aphasia and apraxia. And before we do, it's a good idea for you to know that apraxia is a speech difficulty that can be improved and corrected very well, but it's a very complex speaking difficulty, and there are some that don't really understand it very well. And you cannot use conventional speech therapy with apraxia. Apraxia speech therapy, for those who have severe to profound apraxia, usually require teaching most of the speech sounds all over again, as well as the words that those sounds contain. So often in speech therapy with those who have aphasia, the speech therapist usually has to work on the apraxia first to get speech intelligibility. Now you might ask me, what is speech intelligibility? And it's very easy. Speech intelligibility is the ability to say a word intelligibly so that the people who are listening know what you're saying. So if speech is unintelligible, you'll frequently see somebody say a word or a group of words, and nobody knows what the heck they said because it just came out like a bunch of gobbledygook, okay? So, and that happens quite often with apraxia, because with apraxia, one cannot speak at the speed at which they did before the stroke or before the onset of the apraxia. So the apraxia has to be taught the sounds that are in the words, and then what has to happen is one has to say those sounds very slowly. Now, anytime a person starts speeding up, a person who has apraxia, and they're in speech therapy, and the speech therapist is working on these words and getting good intelligibility, a lot of times the person with apraxia will speak up or speak faster, and when that happens, the intelligibility diminishes, because a person with apraxia has to be able to say the sounds in the word, and to do that, they often must speak slowly. Okay. So I think we'll just review the fact of the approach to apraxia, and then we'll talk about the approach to aphasia on another video. So as far as the approach to apraxia, once you teach the sounds, then you want to teach the words that contain those sounds. And one of the things that really works to help people speak better if they have apraxia is something that I call slow-mo. And you might say, well, yeah, I know what slow-mo is, but slow motion is the ability of the therapist, once he or she teaches the client how to say a particular sound, that therapist must speak a word very slowly so that the sounds are said and the sounds are heard and the sounds are seen by the person with apraxia. So you can't work with a person with apraxia if you don't slow down your speech maybe tenfold. I mean tenfold. You can't speak at a normal speed. You have to speak like this. Now, I said those words, and I said them very clearly. And you could hear each one of those sounds, and you could see each one of those postures for the sounds. And that's what we have to do with apraxia. We have to teach the sound, and then how to put the sounds together to form words, and we have to do it in slow motion. Now, a lot of people don't like slow motion. Maybe they were used to speaking very quickly most of their lives. And they're going to want to speak fast. And many don't have the patience or don't want to have the patience to speak in slow motion. But what we find is that when people begin to speak words who've had apraxia, they can be 100% better understood when the words are modeled, when they're imitated after the therapist or the loved one, very slowly and distinctly. So that's a little bit about slow-mo for apraxia speech therapy. Now, if you want to find out more about how to help your loved one who has apraxia, just know that they have to get that apraxia corrected or significantly improved before they can start putting words together in phrases or sentences. So if you have apraxia and aphasia, one has to work on the apraxia first. Don't let anybody tell you that they can work on the aphasia, because the aphasia, it won't stick. And the person will have a great deal of difficulty being understood. So if you've liked this video, I hope you'll give us a thumbs up. And below the video are a bunch of links. It will take you to our site in case you'd like to learn about apraxia, learn about helping people with apraxia speak better, or if you'd like to have a free initial consultation with me, there'll be a link down there also. So we have a bunch of links to some of our educational programs that you can pursue independently, or if you're the type of person who needs a little help and someone to guide you through each particular step, we also provide that so that we could work with you, the caregiver, and the person with aphasia or apraxia at the same time. And you can learn, whether you're a spouse or a family member, you can learn how to help a person with aphasia or apraxia speak better. So there's a bunch of links down below, and we hope you'll take advantage of getting in touch with us, because we'd love to help you. So on that, don't forget to like our page, subscribe to our page, and down below are links to our Facebook and our Twitter and some of our educational materials. So with that, I wish you a great day today. And I hope that you have a great day, a great week, a great month, a great year, and of course, an exceptional lifetime. Bye-bye now.